Hey everybody, Shanna Ross here with Shanna Ross Fitness, and I'm going to show you another way to cook a really healthy, quick breakfast that you can have prepared and ready to go to the office, to school, wherever you're having to rush off to early in the morning. I call these egg muffins to go-go. I'm borrowing this recipe from the Primal Blueprint Cookbook. This is authored by a gentleman named Mark Sisson. I'm a great admirer of his. I think he does very good work. You can pick up your copy in many bookstores, or you can visit his website at marksdailyapple.com and grab a copy. It's a wonderful resource. So thanks to Mark for this wonderful recipe. I hope you guys enjoy it. It is really, really simple. And one of the wonderful things about breakfast is it is the most important meal of the day. You've always heard that, and it's true. Breakfast helps to kick your metabolism up first thing in the morning. It helps your brain function. It keeps you from wanting to put your head down on your desk at 10 o'clock in the morning. And it just gives you a lot of great, long-lasting energy that is going to make your morning much more productive. It's really simple. These are the only ingredients. Got a 1/4 pound of buffalo. I prefer buffalo because it is a leaner cut of meat. It really tastes the same as beef, so if you're worried about taste, no worries there. If you want to use lean ground beef, that's fine. You could substitute ground turkey, ground chicken, anything like that. That's fine. Make it yours. The other ingredient that I'm putting in today are red bell peppers. You can also substitute that if you don't like red bell peppers. The only thing that you have to be careful of is not to use vegetables that contain a lot of moisture, because they're going to be going into the egg mixture that's going to be 6 eggs beaten, and you just don't want to add a ton of moisture in with that because you want them to set up in the tins. This is what makes it so easy. Prepare them ahead of time, pop them in your fridge, grab one, throw it in your purse or in your lunch box, take it, microwave it, you're great to go. The other ingredient, and this is optional, I have just a little bit of cheese here. This is a 3 cheese blend. It's Fontina, Asiago, and Parmesan. You can use it, you cannot. I'm going to put just a little bit in because it gives it just a little bit more flavor. So that's it. Those are all the ingredients. So here we are getting ready to do our prep for the egg muffins to go-go. Now remember, this isn't as easy as driving through a drive-thru, pulling up to a window and having food shoved out at you, but it is so much healthier. But keep in mind that if you are going to have things prepared to go, you have to put in some effort ahead of time to do just a little bit of preparation, not a lot, as you're going to see when we put this together. It's really quick and easy. We're going to start with 6 eggs. I've already cracked 3 in here because, you know, I'm not so great at this, so I want to do 3 just in case I really mess them up. But we'll go ahead, put the other 3 in. Now you will notice the yolks are going in. Yolks have a ton of nutrition in them. One of the most important things they have in them is a substance called choline, which is in the B vitamin family. And it is really very, very good for you. And postmenopausal women notoriously don't get enough of it. So I'm going to leave these yolks in. Now, if the thought of doing that just absolutely sends you screaming out of the house because you're afraid of all of the cholesterol, by all means, take some of the yolks out. But please leave a few in. I am a firm believer that the cause of high cholesterol is really more closely related to all of the processed foods that we continue to eat, all of the sugars that we ingest, that continually elevates our insulin and causes us to store fat on our bodies. That's for another time, but I just wanted to give you a really quick explanation on why I'm not afraid to put these yolks in here. If you would love to call me and talk with me about that, or contact me through my website and want to know more about how I feel about cholesterol, please feel free. But today, yolks. Give them a really quick stir here. And you want to make sure and get them mixed up really, really well, because one of the keys to this recipe is making sure that the muffins stick together. And in my intro, you know, I mentioned that you want to use vegetables that aren't going to have a high moisture content, because that will be more likely to have the muffins fall apart more easily. So if you add things like mushrooms, spinach, those have high moisture content. So you would really need to keep the amount that you put in very, very low. We're going to put, as I said, red bell pepper, which is extremely nutritious in our recipe. And they don't give off quite as much moisture as the other things. So we have the eggs beaten up. Remember, 1/4 pound of buffalo. Again, if you just want to use ground meat, that's fine. Ground chicken, ground turkey, your choice. Very quickly brown that. And a little bit of salt. All right, so when we cut away to brown the meat, I set my my handy dandy stopwatch on my watch here, and it took exactly 2 minutes and 45 seconds for this to brown. You can see it's very nice and brown. As you brown it and as it starts to cook, you just want to take your spoon, chop it up a little bit, because you don't want big clumps of meat. You want it to be nice and separated. While it was cooking, I just put a little bit of salt and pepper in there. Now, keep in mind, make this recipe your own. That's what I want you guys to really learn, is don't be afraid of the kitchen. If you want another flavor in here besides salt and pepper, that's great. If you want to give it more of a Mexican flavor, you can get some Mexican seasoning. You can really season it any way you want. Don't be afraid of it. Play with it. Make it yours. Make it taste the way you want it. Because let's be honest, if it tastes the way you want it, you're going to be much more likely to prepare it and then to eat it. Now, I would tell you to certainly drain off any excess fat that cooks out, like I mentioned, but this is one of the reasons that I choose buffalo. If you can take a look in that pan, I have it tilted right now. There is really nothing to strain off. Look at that. That is how lean buffalo tends to be. That's great. That's one step that we don't have to worry about. So that is absolutely beautiful. I'm not going to worry about trying to drain anything off of it. We have our eggs ready. Just simply going to spoon the meat right into the egg mixture. Excellent. And I have my red peppers. And this is also taste. If you want just a hint of color, then you don't have to put quite as many. If you really want that good, rich flavor of peppers, put the whole thing. I chopped up, this is almost a full pepper. Not quite, but almost. And I'm going to put about half of that in. Give it a good stir. Now, you remember I did season the meat a little bit, but if you want to put another flavor in the egg, feel free to do that. I'm going to add just a tad more salt. Now, I'm using sea salt. It tends to be pretty flavorful, so you don't need a lot of it. Just a little more pepper, and I am using a coarsely ground pepper. Just gives a little more kick to it. Stir it around just a little more. We have our tins ready, and this is going to make 6 tins. So if you want to make 12, then you would need to use a dozen eggs instead of 6 eggs. All right. Just very easily start pouring in. Make sure that you use a spoon or a spatula here, as I'm using, because you want to make sure and get the meat mixture to add up evenly in each tin. And as you go, just continue to go back until you have them filled all the way. And when you're cooking these, they're going to certainly pop up over the top of the muffins. They're going to have a nice looking dome on the top of them and be really, really pretty. So when you take them to the office, make sure that you protect them because other people are probably going to want to steal them from you. Now guys, this is going to be so much more healthy for you than other egg things that you could get very, very quickly and eat on your way to work. And as you can tell, it took very little time. I have my oven preheat to 350 degrees. It's going to take probably around 15 to 20 minutes. They're going to start really puffing up nice and big. If you're not sure if they're done yet, it's very, very easy. Just take a knife and put into the middle of the muffin. If it comes out clean, you're ready to go. So we're going to pop them in the oven and come back in 20 minutes, show you the finished product. Our egg muffins to go-go are ready to go-go. They look pretty good, don't they? And you know, something I always talk about in my videos is have fun in the kitchen. You know, make it a time when you can just kind of relax and have a good time. So, of course, I have fun. Notice. Beautiful, yes, fur, you know, you got to, right? I love them. It makes me feel pretty. So there, I'm having fun in the kitchen. Okay, back to the egg muffins. They're ready. I'm going to grab a fork. The little tins because they won't stick. Okay, so you want to bring them out. Let them cool for a little while. Go ahead and eat one if you want to. Once they've cooled down, all you have to do, take a plastic bag, put them in, seal them up, throw them in the fridge, and you have a wonderful, wonderful, ready to go breakfast. Peel them off. If you want to heat them up, you can. They're also good cold. It's just really up to you. There you have it. I'm a little hungry this morning, so I'm going to go ahead and eat one. That's your quick breakfast. Look at some of my other videos. If you have any questions, I'll be happy to talk to you. So just shoot me an email and we'll talk food. Enjoy.